Welcome to the Real CP Show. I am your host, CP. In today's topic, this Chinese PhD college student, male, derangementness. He used chemicals or a chemical to make this particular family sick in their condo that he was staying downstairs from the other couple that had the family, should I say, with a child. But this is supposed to, but this is supposed to be a model minority, right? But again, this is supposed to be a model minority, especially that Black Americans by the millions are supposed to look up to a fleeing type ones, model minorities. Do you understand? Let me go ahead and get to this particular topic on that. It is the most silliest thing. Today is also July the 22nd, 2026. And the thing about it is, before I play this video, I'm only playing one video. And I like to do these type of timepiece purposes because a timepiece tells the time of what was going on, the situations, the historicalness, the dates, etc., what's going on at that particular time relating to this podcast. And it's not about what's going on right now. I do these podcasts. Somebody can listen to this 3 years down the road, 4 or 5 months down the road, 10 years down the road. Maybe somebody comes across this on that. I say, oh, that was still going on. Oh, they still was playing little tactics and stuff like that toward Black Americans and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. Because again, this situation, this fleeing immigration Chinese particular national who fled, who he was nothing in China himself. There's quite a number like that. You can't take care of stuff in China because it's like that person doesn't stand out whatsoever in the overall way. Do you understand? And how many get the opportunities to sit there and get freebies and go to certain colleges, wherever it is, and have the nerve to also look down upon Black Americans? Just like some other tellers do, right? I mean, that's the irony of that in the first place. But let's go ahead and play this particular video. Again, fair usage doctrine.
This is Chinese PhD student Zhuming Li using a syringe to inject chemicals into his neighbor's apartment to retaliate against the sound of their crying baby. This is Chinese PhD student Zhuming Li using a syringe to inject chemicals into his neighbor's apartment to retaliate against the sound of their crying baby. For months, the family living inside this unit had been suffering from unexplained illnesses until they hit a small camera inside a potted plant and caught his downstairs neighbor doing this. Fearing for his family's lives, the husband immediately called the police. As officers and hazmat units started swarming the building, this Chinese immigrant would quickly realize the huge trouble he was in. Immediately called the police. As officers and hazmat units started swarming the building, this Chinese immigrant would quickly realize the huge trouble he was in.
Hello. What's going on?
Chemistry PhD student yourself.
He's a what?
Chemistry PhD student at yourself.
Okay.
And he's injecting some chemical inside my house. It's like severe eye burning sensation. Eyes are
Listen to the video.
difficulty breathing.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Are you guys in an argument about something?
I'll tell you everything. So this time he came and he was protecting. He came back again. And now this is this.
Here, come downstairs. Let the fire guys check you out.
When a baby wakes up in the middle of the night, he complains, we are doing heavy footsteps. He's hearing all this sound and he's waking up.
Did you guys call a long time ago? Or for some noise? He called.
He called.
We talked to you.
Yes.
So This is an odd call. He does have a video of his downstairs neighbor with a syringe squirting something into his door that's closed, his front door. So he said he kind of had some. You said your eyes were burning.
Yes.
So I haven't been in the apartment yet.
Have a seat out here in there.
And the baby and his wife went to another apartment to kind of get away.
This dispute didn't begin that day, but months earlier, when the suspect, Zuming Lee, a Chinese PhD chemistry student at the University of South Florida on a student visa,
Your eyes were burning.
Yes.
So I haven't been in the apartment
Have a
yet.
seat out here in there.
And the baby and his wife went to another apartment to kind of get away.
this dispute didn't begin that day, but months earlier, when the suspect, Zuming Lee, a Chinese PhD chemistry student at the University of South Florida on a student visa, called police to complain about noise from neighbors' upstairs apartment. Footsteps, doors closing, and even the newborn crying. When officers determined none of it amounted to a crime or unreasonable disturbance, Lee decided to handle it himself. Soon, firefighters and a hazmat team, now on scene, would soon identify the dangerous liquid Lee was using to poison his neighbors and move in to make him pay for his crimes.
I mean, if you get inside the unit,
I can't without the meters.
I know. But last time, the fire department, I called police, I called 911.
I have the hazmat coming.
Yeah, and hazmat came in. It was on 21st August, 21st June,
Okay.
and today I'm again calling 911.
Did he do the same thing the other
Many
day?
times.
So he didn't have it on camera.
June,
Okay.
and today I'm again calling 911.
Did he do the same thing the other
Many
day?
times.
So he didn't have it on camera last.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
just put the camera up. He stopped at our station.
Okay.
So they're wanting to report.
Okay. All right.
Just have a seat here and let us, get some dialogue.
So back to what the issue is. Basically, he was the noise issue with him.
Yes.
Okay. And then from there, it's escalated to this kind of behavior.
But at the same time, Black Americans are told these kind are supposed to be what? Model minorities, right? Oh my goodness, they are fleeing just like some other tethered versions, cosplaying ones, right? Just a different skin and different phenotype scenario in general, right? Now they don't stand out at all in their own place in China and some other places, because believe this, there is no such thing as pan-Asian love with one another. There are numerous types of countries right now in the Asian continent. It's like one of those things you relate to people. Asia is a continent. And I can't stand when people just say the word Asia in some generic form. See, that supremacists have indoctrinated so many people's mindset to just say Asian. You like, which part of Asia? Asia is made up of dozens of countries, thousands of islands. How many gigantic amount of ethnicities, right? Which one? Which one? So let's continue on this part. Let me fast forward a little bit. Quick, where give me a second here. Where is it at? Right. This is where he's inside the car, and the police is asking him some questions as well.
One-way trip back to China.
I'm asking you questions. It's not about.
He didn't and ended up lies in immediate danger. Crucially, Lee still had the right to remain silent. However, he didn't and ended up talking himself into a one-way trip back to China.
I'm asking you questions. It's not about you getting prosecuted criminally. It's about there may be an unknown substance that our guys may come in contact with that is an irritant or a chemical or something like that. I don't know much about chemistry, but there's maybe a substance upstairs that could harm us. Okay?
You mean in my apartment?
Is there anything hazardous in your apartment?
No.
Is there any chemicals inside your apartment? Okay.
I have a baby. I cannot have those things in my home.
Okay, you have a baby. So there's nothing.
Now, you heard he said that he also has a baby. The irony of that.
harmful in your apartment.
My major is chemistry.
Okay.
I know how to avoid all those poison from the meat. So I definitely would not take anything for those kind of stuff.
Nothing has.
Nothing hazardous, nothing poison.
Is there anything in your car that would harm us? Any chemicals? Anything that would give us an irritant, like to our eyes or skin?
I pick up my son every day, so you can check it.
Okay.
It's safe.
Nothing in your car.
No.
In the bag that you were carrying when they stopped you.
You have it. You can check.
There's nothing in the bag.
I only have some medicine to cure my allergies. So that's the only thing. That's the only chemical in there.
Okay. So listen, I'm just going to ask you this because it's important, because one of our officers was upstairs at another apartment that you were seeing here, and that officer felt weird when they went by the door where you were standing with something in your hand. And that officer's at the hospital right now. And I need to know, so we can tell the doctors what he may have been exposed to. There was an officer that went to an apartment upstairs on the second floor, not yours.
Second floor?
Yeah. Sir, I'm
Not
asking for
my
the truth.
home.
Not your home, but you were seen near the door doing something. You're on video. and you did something, and an officer walked up to that door, and he felt weird. He felt weird in his respiratory system, his eyes, and his skin. And I need to know what that was.
The detective already knew what Lee had injected. He just wanted a confession to make the case airtight. To back Lee into a corner, he played the footage showing him caught red-handed on camera.
What did you put on there? Don't play stupid. I need to know to tell the doctors.
But I didn't have poison chemicals.
Need to know to tell the doctors.
But I didn't have poison chemicals.
I didn't say you had a poison chemical. I asked you, don't play stupid. I need to know.
Make the case airtight. To back Lee into a corner, he played the footage showing him caught red-handed on camera.
What did you put on there? Don't play stupid. I need to know to tell the doctors.
But I didn't have poison chemicals.
I didn't say you had a poison chemical. I asked you what you had that could have caused this. Because the people inside the door and the officer were affected and had irritated eyes and itchy skin. And I'm asking you to cooperate so we can tell the doctors because they don't know what he was exposed to.
I think for some onion extraction.
What was it?
Onion?
Onion?
Onion extraction.
Onion extraction? What did you pour it with? Well, how did you pour it? Pipette? So you had a pipette of onion extraction?
Huh?
Onion extraction?
Onion, just onion. Yeah.
Like onion, like for food, like
yeah, purple onion. Yeah.
a purple onion.
Yeah.
Where did you extract it from? Like in your apartment?
No. I just did it in lab.
At work?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for being honest with me. So there's no chemicals,
No, it's just onion.
just onion.
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble, so I. Don't
So listen,
get in
I'm
trouble.
asking you this, so I can call the hospital and tell the doctors what it was. So, sir, is it a clear pipette like that,
Yes.
or is there any marks on it?
It should be graduated.
Graduated?
Yeah.
So it's called a graduated pipette?
Yeah.
All right, let me look that up. Listen, I want to show you the video. Now, it looks like what's in your hand has plunger in it.
Oh.
I'm going to show you the video. The video of you
Yeah.
going to the door.
Oh yeah.
A syringe. You use a syringe. So it's not up front.
No.
Why'd you lie to me?
No, sorry.
Why'd you lie? Why'd you lie to me?
No, sorry.
Syringe. You use a syringe. So it's not up front.
No.
Why'd you lie to me?
No, sorry.
Why'd you lie? I'm asking.
But he's supposed to be a smart model minority, right? PhD, right? Again, but numbers of Black Americans by the millions are supposed to be in awe of a model minority that fled because they also didn't stand out themselves in China in this situation. They are nothing in China themselves. But have the nerve, like some tellers and some cosplay ones with some different type of shade, let's just say on that part. But these type of personnel that flee over here to America and sit there and get these resources. How many have lied on visa applications? How many have lied about all kinds of different things? How many people have lied? And they have a nerve to try to talk about Black Americans.
In public safety for the safety of my officer that was exposed. Now I need to know, is it really onion extract?
No, it's
What chemicals in it? What's in the syringe?
onion extraction.
Onion, red onion,
Purple onion.
purple onion.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
But how am I supposed to believe you if you told me it was a pipette? Now it's a
Sorry,
syringe.
I used pipette last time, so
Oh, you've done this before?
yeah. Because I need to sleep. Yeah. Because I.
How am I supposed to believe you if you told me it was a pipette? Now it's a
Sorry,
syringe.
I used pipette last time, so
Oh, you've done this before?
yeah. Because I need to sleep. They just never sleep at night. I just want to make them like don't sleep at daytime.
Yeah. So the issue is, what you did is technically a crime. He's going to ask you about that. I'm not asking you about that.
He confessed, after which officers read him his Miranda rights. Lee was booked on 3 counts of aggravated battery, 2 counts of aggravated stalking, burglary, possession of a controlled substance, and battery on a law enforcement officer. Lee was booked on 3 counts of aggravated battery, 2 counts of aggravated stalking, burglary, possession of a controlled substance, and battery on a law.
But at the same time, again, this is what millions of Black Americans, with few exceptions, are supposed to be jealous of these type of model minorities. Do you understand? It's all a facade. It's all a facade that they're portraying. Again, there's no pan-Asian love. You know how many countries within sectionality of Asia that don't have love for each other? Numbers of numerous types of people do not have love for each other in various types of Asian countries. Oh, credit given to numbers of some of the Asian good brothers and sisters who like, yeah, it's very true. It's very true. And him to be a Chinese national, it's not even a U.S. citizen. I don't get it confused how many have gotten citizenship, not just this version, but various other versions. I've done podcasts on ones that have gotten denaturalization process, ones that have lied on citizenship, citizenship documents and stuff, things like that. Those are different topics. But again, it's all a facade that they keep trying to portray. They're not model minorities. They don't even like it, they don't even like each other.
Enforcement officer. Before the case reached a verdict, the university expelled him. His student visa was revoked, and ICE deported him to China. An active U.S. warrant remains if he ever returns. The case reached a verdict, the university expelled him. His student visa was revoked, and ICE deported him to China. An active U.S. warrant remains if he ever returns. He will.
Let me play something real fast for a second. Let's check this out for a second. Give me a second here. Gotta redo this again. Give me one moment here. It's a quick little clip or something. I think it's a very interesting clip. See, this is why history is such a powerful scenario to know certain parts of history. Because also so many people have tried to use history in a very propaganda way.
We're not people here. We're cattle. And they'll never stop seeing us that way.
They'll stop when we make them stop. Most of our people are content being oppressed. I'm not one of those people, and neither are you. We're a nation of warriors, not slaves.
You heard that word, right? Slaves. Who do you think they're talking about? Huh? See, this particular series, I tried to watch the series, but I'm like, it's so full of propaganda, bad version of propaganda. I couldn't even watch but a few episodes. See, the thing about it is, it's been told to so many Black Americans, you must not buff out your chest. You must not tell your side of history. When someone says, I'm talking about the past, instead of telling people to go to Hades and talk about the past. You understand? The past doesn't change because someone says forget about it. How do you tell Black Americans to forget 400 straight years of Black pain? I'm not talking about sellouts and gullibles. Unfortunately, there's too many right now within that mix. Do you understand? See, no one else tells their people to forget about the past. Do you understand? It's a game. They treat Black Americans by the millions as if they are some infant that they can just tell anything to. Just like the tethers and cosplayers with the different shades of Black. The ones who know what I'm talking about, that tether off Black Americans have the nerve to flee themselves. Flee themselves. So in this situation, the series about a Chinese person, you see on the left side, who knows the martial arts, etc., things like that. And he fled over to America. Don't know if he, anyway, to see where his sister was at. What's going on with his sister? What happened to her? So that's the kind of premise, and it goes from that part. And it's interesting how you look at some of these particular ones. These are Anglo-Chinese looking ones. Do you see how that goes, right? These are Anglo-Chinese ones. Are ones that act like want to be Anglo-Chinese ones, right? Some of the other ones. But I make this point, you didn't have any significant narrative of Chinese immigration until really the California gold rush in 1840, 1849. And that was a sprinkling of some. And then a few years later, came over like waterfalls, right? And how many did not have no citizenship either? Right? However it goes, and I'm not going all that part, right? They set their dynamics up in California. There's no such thing as numbers of Chinese personnel on the West Coast, let alone, on the East Coast, let alone in the South, let alone on the North, right? Geographical word geography shows you what part of the globe where it'd be easier to get to America, right? From China. That would be the Western coast. And that's where they set up shop there. Do you understand? Who was before in America, pre-America, or after 1776? Because remember, Chinese, again, didn't arrive to the United States any significant knowledge. I don't play that rare ones. We ain't playing that until after the California Gold Rush, 1840, 1849. Before that, not even worth even conversating how much the rareness of any kind of Chinese would even be in America. You know how rare, that's not even barely a conversation piece on that. But Black Americans are already still in America, setting the foundation still in America before they even arrived. Do you understand? Before these type ones arrived. But in the series, they wanted to make sure the conversation is about, oh my goodness, these particular Anglos and how they were doing this and how they were controlling these particular, some number of the Chinese, they were doing some bad stuff to some of those people in there, right? But I'm getting that to you. It was a bad propaganda version, right? But if Black Americans are told, no, we don't want you to talk about anything dealing with Jim Crow or sitting there reminding people about the enslavement of Black Americans, that no one else can ever go through what Black Americans have been through in enslavement, and then go and be told, get over the past, right after the 13th Amendment of the Constitution. You understand? 1865. That's supposed to ban or abolish slavery in 1865. 13th Amendment of the Constitution. This the Emancipation Proclamation, 1863, January 1st. Y'all supposed to be free. It had nothing to do with nothing on that. You just tell us, majority of Black Americans, you're free. Now, y'all been in slavery for generations and no reparations for you Negroes. Do you understand? For generations. And then after 1863, 1865, you're still not even citizens until the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, per se. And you still Negroes can't vote until the 15th Amendment of the Constitution around 1868. Do you see this game? They was running upon Black Americans, and still to this day, in July of 2026, people still running black pain games. But while these other coaches can tell you, oh, this other people are they doing them wrong, they on the foreign countries, and they had to flee, had to seek asylum, had to sit there and get these freebies, have all this free legal help, have the nerve to sit there, oh, we don't want that, we don't want to stay at that hotel for free. We don't like that kind of food that's being paid by taxpayers' money for free. The nerve going to colleges, numbers of them for free. And Black Americans are told to get over the past and get your hands out your pocket, but get your hands out. Stop having your hands out and being a victim. The nerve. They talk to Black Americans overall like they just came over to America. But it's allowed. This plays one last time.
We're not people here. We're cattle. And they'll never stop seeing us that way.
They'll stop when we make them stop. Most of our people are content being oppressed. I'm not one of those people, and neither are you. We're a nation of warriors, not slaves.
She said, we're a nation of warriors. We're not slaves. Do you understand? That obviously couldn't be slaves because they enslaved like Black Americans because they wouldn't have survived. Do you understand? I mean, the nerve of this scenario. And some people would do, it'd be like, what would some of them do? Well, it's not, oh my goodness, anti-Asian hate crime. I'm like, this is what I'm doing. They start playing that little tactic. Oh my goodness, because it's not all Asian. You're right, that's the political game they play. It has only been a couple of years or so when there was an anti-Asian hate crime bill that was passed into law. It only took a couple of so months to go through the process and become law. But the number one hated people in America is Black Americans. That's crime stats against Black Americans. And you got some genericness of law passed talking about anti-Asian. Do you know the irony, embarrassment, insulting of that? But they said, oh, stupid Negroes, overall, they're not going to demand nothing. They are a certain section of the political party. Well, the Negroes are bread and butter, and we're going to give them nothing. Nothing. We help border break illegal immigrants out. You know how many uncalculable, is quite a number of cities and other places in America that are sanctuary cities. I want you to stop and think they want to protect border break illegal immigrants. They want to protect immigrationists. But you're like, okay, depend on them for your vote. Nope. They said the silly Negroes overall, we know that we have them relate to a certain political partiness. And we already pretty much know we got them overall. They're going to vote for us without no tangible. Do you understand the insulting part of that? And again, Asia is a continent. And the thing about it is, and lastly, right quick for this, there was also a couple of years or so ago where there was a certain type of personnel, if you say certain things about, they'll call you anti-Semitic. And they know, especially not no Black Americans, say, who the HELL do some people think some people are? Right? Without any context. What does a Semitic person look like? Do you understand? I'm not talking about some of the good ones. You understand? Semitic is languages, people. It's not a look. But you got people running games talking about some of people anti-Semitic. You're like, what does that mean? But those are different topics in itself. I make that point because there's a certain personnel that utilize a certain type of Asianness, a certain section of Asianness, to bring forth and striking down at the Supreme Court level this scenario, this illogical scenario that it was made to seem like there was Black Americans that was getting all these little free racial quotas to these certain type of high echelon colleges. Do you see that game they ran? Do you understand? And the majority of these various types of super formal colleges and certain high echelon colleges, people know what I'm talking about. Black Americans not even on the third largest overall demographics. Do you understand? And numerous of these type of certain high level educational colleges, Black Americans can be either like third, most of the time it's like the fourth largest demographic. And usually it's Asians, some generic Asians, whatever that's supposed to mean, in second place. So they ran game, the ones that ran that game, talking about, oh my goodness, they basically insulted Black Americans by the millions. When they said they made it seem like that Black Americans were getting these colleges not off the merits of their hard work, as if they just say, they just getting inside these certain type of well-off colleges. Do you understand? As if there's not one, several Black Americans that had just SATs and ACT and some of these in general caste system Asianness. Do you understand? As if they didn't have a great background of things that they did in high school or after high school, right? When they applied. They made it seem like there was no Black Americans that did nothing. Just show up and say, hey, I'm Black American. Let me into your nice formal superb type college that we have put on pedestals. Do you understand the insulting part of that? And they know not enough Black Americans didn't even know that game that was being played. And again, you have some people that be like, oh my goodness, well, it's not all Asian. I'm like this. I'm not playing that stupid tactic. I want you to notice, see, you're not going to ever hear some pan-Asian love going on in America, unless it's a certain type of caste system going against Black Americans. But overall, there's no pan-Asian love in America. They're not unified to each other. No, that section of Asians, they stick to each other. They have their little towns over there. That town over there, those areas over there where they stay at, they're not getting together like that. See the game. Anyway, I thank you for tuning in to the Real CP show.